Making your dream move abroad means facing the costs, like leaving behind the people you love. But so often the biggest cost is financial, and if the sums simply don't add up, it's a massive risk. So would you choose your future with your head or your heart? If you're desperate for a better life for your family,
they're my world and that's it, so as long as they're happy, I'm...
But the costs leave you stunned.
If it's this or the UK, it's the UK, isn't it?
And your family can't bear the idea of leaving loved ones.
I can't imagine being one day without her, because we are together all the time.
Would you gamble your future on a new life on the other side of the world? Every year, thousands of us move to New Zealand for a new start. The more relaxed pace of life in this country of beautiful scenery is a powerful draw. However, it doesn't work out for everyone, and many return home, missing their old lives. For the Pheonix family, the next week could change the course of their lives. They'll experience the reality of life in New Zealand before they have to make a huge decision whether to stay in the UK or to move down under. The Pheonixes are heading to Auckland. After a 26-hour marathon flying over 11,000 miles, they finally touched down in New Zealand, shocked by the sheer distance they've travelled.
The furthest we've ever been together as a family is Spain, so it's a really long way away. So it's a big thing for all of us, really. It definitely brings home how far away we are from all our friends and family, because it's not just nipping round the corner like I normally do with my mum.
Just want to go and have a look now, don't we, mate?
Yeah, I can't wait to see it all.
In the UK, the Pheonixes hail from Chester in Cheshire. Sarah, who's 27, and Dean, who's 28, are parents to 8-year-old Rhiannon and Cody, who's 6. Dean has worked as a floor layer since he left school at 16. However, his job has put a massive strain on family life.
Often I'll get home and the kids are already in bed, so I don't see them, I see them for half an hour in the morning. It's 6 days a week normally, so it's not a life, it's more like a permanent job all the time.
Basically, he never really seen Rhiannon as a baby. It was me that bathed her, it was me that fed her, it was me that got up in the night with her.
Desperate for a better family life, Dean is convinced that New Zealand offers the future they crave.
It'd just be nice to spend some quality time as a family. We just can't do over here. It's just impossible.
If our lifestyle changed in New Zealand and he was around a lot more, I think they'd think, this is great, my dad can be here with us doing the things like go in the park and everything. It's not just always me mum.
We want a family life. We want to go to the beach at the weekend. We want to make plans where we can do stuff, because we can't do it over here.
The Pheonixes think New Zealand holds the answer to their problem, but they have never actually set foot there.
I've never been there, no. I've never been to New Zealand. But I have spoken to a couple of people from there, and they're living over here now, and all they seem to say is that they wish they'd stayed over there.
I'm very apprehensive because you just don't know because we've never been there, we've never ever seen it. We're going with a completely open mind, basically, which is in one way a good thing, and in one way we could get there and think, oh God, it's not what we thought at all. We haven't got a clue. Hiya.
The possibility of a better future would come at a high price, especially for Sarah.
My mum comes absolutely everywhere with me. We're extremely close. When we've been on holiday, we're all upset. We've only been to Spain for 2 weeks and we've all been upset, so it's a big, big, big thing.
As a very close-knit family, if just the idea of the move is causing heartache, could they handle the separation when it actually happens?
My mum took the news awful. She just won't speak about it. She doesn't want to speak about it, basically, because the thought to her is just unbearable, I think, for my mum.
They are my life, that family, being here. They are just everything to me. I love them to bits. I can't imagine at the moment being one day without her, because we are together all the time. There isn't a day I don't see her.
With so much to lose, all the pressure is on Dean to convince Sarah their future lies on the other side of the world.
If she makes her mind up, she doesn't like it and it's not for her, she'll make sure, you know, she'll say we're coming back and that's it really, so.
I think the thing that would persuade me to give it a go, at least give it a go, is if I can see that me, Dean and the kids are going to have a much better life all together. Because there's no point in us moving out there for it to be the same as it is here. There's just no point in going because it's not worth it. I'm going to be worse off than I am here.
Now everything rests on their week in New Zealand. Will they find the life they dream of, or will it prove too hard to leave friends and family behind? The Pheonixes face a huge dilemma. Dean dreams of spending the time he wants with his family, but Sarah knows the pain that moving could cause all of them. And 10,000 miles is a long way to go for the promise of a better life, especially when it's to a country neither of them had visited before. The Pheonixes have chosen to visit Auckland on the North Island of New Zealand. It's the country's largest city with a population of around 1.5 million people, nearly a third of the entire country. So there should be plenty of work opportunities for Dean. Ranked among the top 10 cities in the world for quality of life, it comes with a downside. House prices are the highest in New Zealand. The Pheonixes will spend their week in the Devonport suburb. Just across the harbour from the centre of Auckland, it's close to the beach with lots of shops and restaurants nearby and should give them a great taste of New Zealand living.
Sheep.
It's nice, isn't it? It's nice.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, it's gorgeous, isn't it?
Nice and private, isn't it?
Yeah.
It sounds as if they like what they see.
Oh, it's nice, yeah.
Wardrobe there for your clothes.
For all my stuff.
Yeah.
None of yours will fit in there, Dean.
No, you're right.
Let's have a look at here.
What do you think?
Oh,
It's lovely. No bath, but it doesn't really matter, does it?
And the outside appeals to Dean's green fingers.
that's nice. I like it.
You'd go for just decking a load of rocks.
Concrete heaven. That's it.
And that'd do you.
I know the garden's small. I really do like it.
Dean's happy, but even though it's only the first day, Sarah is already missing her mum.
I keep thinking, oh, I can phone her in a minute and tell her that this happened on the plane, or that, you know, what the house is like, what the kids think of the house and all that, but you can't just phone her quick because it's the middle of the night. So she's, you know, I can't wake her up just to tell her that I felt sick on the plane. Can I?
No.
And it seems the enormity of what they've taken on is hitting home.
It is a massive decision. New Zealand's got to be absolutely fantastic for me to move away from my mum and dad, especially. But I do see what Dean wants as well, and I understand it.
For Dean, this week is his last hope for the family life he dreams of.
My heart is really set on New Zealand. So if it doesn't work out, I think I'll be a bit lost, to be honest. So, but it depends on Sarah and the kids. That's what it comes down to for me at the end of the day. If she turned around and said, I don't think I'll settle here, or I miss my family too much, then we couldn't come.
In the UK, the Pheonix family live in a 3-bedroom semi in Chester. It's a house that suits their needs, and they're being realistic about the kind of home they'd like in New Zealand.
We don't want anything too fancy. Things like that don't really interest me, to be honest, but Sarah would be the one to ask about that.
However, the location of any future home is a very different matter.
Being in the middle of nowhere is my idea of hell. So I've said all along, when we decide on a house or anything like that, it's got to be within the schools, by shops, so that I can at least speak to people.
Dean and Sarah love their UK home and are hoping to find something similar in New Zealand. But Auckland's property prices are the highest in the country, so it could be a tough task finding a home they like and can afford. We'll show them 3 options in Auckland based upon what they want from their ideal home, what they can afford, and the real price of property down under. Property 1 is in the district of Browns Bay. On the outskirts of Auckland, it's a popular area with beaches and shops close to hand. This 3-bedroom house should offer plenty for the family, but will it fit with their budget?
Ooh, you ready? Wow. Ooh, it's gorgeous, isn't it? So far, anyway.
It's a promising start, but they will have to contend with a topsy-turvy approach to house design.
It's a bit strange, you know, having the bedroom downstairs, though.
1 bedroom, yeah.
Yeah. Can I have a look upstairs?
It's a common style down under, but how will they take to having the living room upstairs?
This is nice, isn't it?
It's a bit strange having the living area up the stairs. Yeah. That's a bit strange for you, but it's lovely.
It's bigger than what I thought.
Doesn't matter, does it? Like,
bigger,
to have it upstairs. It's a bit bigger than our kitchen back home, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Or more storage, anyway.
It seems to be.
It's laid out a bit better, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look out the window.
Looks nice, I really like it.
Wow, look at this coat.
It's nice and bright, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. That's what I like about it, actually, that because there's just light coming from everywhere, isn't it? What's in there? It's huge in there. You can have a shower together now.
This house has proved to be a hit, but will the price keep them smiling?
Nice moment of truth.
Yeah.
See how much it costs.
I know.
Sarah and Dean are working to a budget of £150,000. So will their New Zealand dream be off to a flying start? Time to turn the card over and find out the price.
Oh, crikey. £232,000.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot, isn't it?
It is quite a lot, yeah.
This house is nearly £100,000 over their budget.
It's only the first house we've seen, so hopefully we'll be able to afford something.
Yeah.
Dean's hopes of convincing Sarah to move could come to a sudden end if they can't even afford a house that's only just good enough. The second property is in the area of Tor Bay. It's a quiet family suburb with some of Auckland's best beaches. Being on the most northerly point of the city, the Pheonixes should get more house for their money. With 2 bedrooms and set over 2 stories, this house is a similar size to their UK home. But will it be within their reach? There's a decent-sized garden, great for the children, but it will need some maintenance.
You'd be good at that.
No, I ain't gardening.
OK, maybe it's best to skip inside then.
Oh, this is nice in here. Let's have a telly. You could sit there and watch the kids if we had a trampoline in that bit out there.
Yeah.
I think it's a decent size, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, that's a good start, especially compared to the first house's design.
Seems like a better layout so far for us.
Will they be as positive about the bedrooms?
It's a nice bedroom, isn't it? Got nice view as well.
Yeah.
Hasn't
Well,
it?
I think that's the best bit of the house, the view, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not wow, but then again, I don't think we're gonna get wow.
Dean and Sarah are being realistic, but there is a downside.
It might be a bit of a problem with only being 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
But then again, they could share.
Initially, yeah.
Yeah, initially, couldn't they?
Yeah.
You
As long as we've got
know,
something
two-
just to start off.
That's it, yeah.
Basic start. That's all we want.
Yeah.
Outside, there's plenty of space, but is it enough to make a difference?
I quite like this one. Nice enough for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound convincing. Dean has driven this move to New Zealand, yet it seems to be Sarah who is trying to keep their spirits up. Perhaps he hoped for a bigger house. It's time to find out the price. This house appealed to both of them, but is it something they can afford, or will it be out of reach?
£183,000.
What do you think?
I think that's a bit higher than I was expecting.
Even with only 2 bedrooms, this house is still £30,000 over their budget. Everything now rests on the last house meeting their needs. The third property is in the Birkenhead area. With good schools and close to the city centre, it's popular with families. And a central location would mean a shorter commute for Dean. It's only got 2 bedrooms, but it might be something they can afford.
Might be a bit small for the dog, Dean, mightn't it?
Yeah.
It's only 1 sofa, we'd all be fighting for it.
Yeah.
It's not a family home. Definitely not.
With space already a problem, can the bedrooms offer more room?
Can we see 1 bedroom now? No.
We can't live in here with 1 bedroom. But it's, I don't know, there might be. But then again, I don't think we'd have you downstairs and us upstairs.
Rhiannon is right, there are 2 bedrooms. The problem is, how do you get to the other one?
Strange, isn't it?
Why is this down here? Yeah.
Weird, isn't it?
No, it's just...
Yeah, it's not right, is it?
Sarah can see only one use for this room.
If there was 3 bedrooms upstairs, this would be ideal for the dog on her own.
This is a dog.
Yeah. But no, it's not right, is it?
Not for us.
Not for us.
It does come with a large communal garden. Can that save the day?
All them things with all nails sticking out. Come off, kids.
I believe I can fly.
Right, come on then.
Right, come on, let's go.
Quickly. In case someone makes us stay. Quick.
With a lack of space and an unusual layout, this house doesn't seem to have anything for the Pheonixes. Could the price change their minds?
What would you think it's worth?
I think it's definitely the cheapest than the other 2.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So, what's this house worth?
Oh my God.
147,000.
That has shocked me. Has it shocked you?
Yeah, I think that's it.
147,000.
I didn't think it'd be that expensive.
I just can't believe that this is that price. Can't believe it. If it's this or the UK, it's the UK, isn't it? I wouldn't come and live in this.
House prices in New Zealand have come as a shock. Property 1 definitely won them over, but it was totally out of their price range. Property 2's garden and nearby beaches made it an attractive house, but they'd struggled to meet the asking price. And Property 3 was the cheapest, but it fell too short of their expectations of living in New Zealand. It seems there's no way they can afford what they're after in Auckland. So how will the Pheonixes vote?
Based on the houses that we've seen today, we're voting for... UK!
UK.
You like the houses code? Yeah? Compared to ours, it's...
Value for money, it's the UK.
Yeah, definitely value for money, it's UK. Yeah.
Can Dean rescue his dream, or have property prices in New Zealand shattered his hopes? It's not looking promising. New Zealand's house prices have come as a big shock to the Pheonixes, and the pressure's on Dean to find work that will pay enough for them to afford the move. But if the salary he needs means giving up the quality time he wants, then the family face being in the same position they're desperately trying to escape from. In the UK, Dean is a floor layer and Sarah works part-time in a school canteen. Dean has done this job since he was 16 and earns up to £38,000 a year. But this is after doing a lot of overtime, which is putting a massive strain on him and Sarah.
Some days we never seen each other. I'd come home that late. I wouldn't go upstairs and wake her with the babies. I'd have stayed downstairs and after work before she got up the next morning. So that's not a life really, is it, with kids?
Okay, then. Good luck.
Everything now rests on Dean being able to find the work and pay that will give him the family life he's desperately seeking.
It's our means to live out here really, so depending on what we find out today and what we hear, whether that's the bread and butter, whether we move or not, if we can afford to live out here. And if there's work out here, because there's nowhere, we won't be able to come, so it'd be nice to speak to somebody. Hey, how you doing, mate? Good to meet you.
And yourself.
Very well.
Welcome to New Zealand.
Thanks very much.
Dean will be spending the day working with floor fitter Seamus, who gets him stuck in straight away.
We want to move out here for a bit of family time.
Yeah.
And,
Well, you definitely get that here in New Zealand, we try to make sure that everyone does have their time. We like to work hard and make the money, but you still have the time for the kids as they're growing up,
Yeah.
And there's more good news.
Generally just a full day's work is all we ask for. I generally, with my guys, say to them, okay, this is your day's work. Now, if they finish at 2 o'clock, I don't care.
As long as it's done nice.
Because you've done what you've completed my day's work for me. The lifestyle's here, really, if you want to work like that, you know, come here, do your day's work and, you know.
Meanwhile, to explore what there is for her and the children, Sarah's taking them to a local swimming group.
It's definitely the sort of thing that I would do where if we come over here for us to meet new people and things, because we do a lot of after-school clubs back home. We're out nearly every night.
Back in the UK, Sarah has a very close group of friends, and it's crucial she can have the same in New Zealand, especially as she's hoping to stay at home until Rhiannon and Cody have settled into life down under.
The one with the blonde hair, and then the little girl with the bright clips in her hair, yeah, they're like that side too, yeah.
Well, it all seems to be going swimmingly, and Sarah isn't being shy about meeting new people.
Thanks very much.
She's made a great start. Two of the mums, Anita and Becky, have already invited Sarah round for a cuppa. As both of them have recently emigrated from Britain, can they ease Sarah's worries?
How was your little boy settled in?
He said something the other day, and I said, well, we could always go home. And he went, no, I'm not leaving my friends.
So he's settled in really well then.
So, yeah, quicker than all of us, really.
Just put your mind at ease a little bit that they will settle in eventually, or, you know, and straight away probably they will. It's more me that...
For Sarah, that is the big problem, and it may not be easy to solve.
Me and Dean are very close, and the kids are really close to my mum and dad, but it's that closeness,
That would be very hard, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Shan't lie.
even this week I've missed her, and that's what makes me think it is going to be really hard.
Yeah, I do find it quite hard to, sort of keep in touch with everybody.
For Sarah, the heartbreak of being so far away from family has always been her biggest fear, but she's keeping a brave face on it.
The fact that you know, you're leaving your friends and family and it's so far away and there's only a small time, you know, that you can speak to them, has got me thinking a little bit. But then again, I think by talking to them, it seems like that's the only thing that puts anybody off, which is the only thing that's putting me off.
Sarah's worries could be a big problem, and Dean is also getting some bad news from Seamus.
I do a lot of overtime in the UK. Do your fitters do a lot of overtime here?
There will be times, yes.
Yeah.
There will be work on weekends, but what actually happens here is you don't get double time and time and a half here in New Zealand.
Yeah.
It's a set rate.
Yeah.
So your hourly rate, it's up to you. So the decision is, I've got a job for you on the weekend. You decide whether you want to do it or not, because there'll be no real pressure on you.
Right.
If I really want you to do that job on the weekend, then I might give you a day off through the week.
Yeah.
And switch it around that way.
Back in the UK, it's we normally get paid time and a half.
Yeah.
For Saturdays.
Yeah.
And obviously anything after our 8-hour days is time and a half. And it's double time for Sundays generally. So that's the difference.
That's a major blow. In the UK, Dean relies on getting paid extra for overtime to make up his wages. Would his salary compensate for this?
You'd roughly start off around about $18 an hour, and then you progress probably up to be 25. That would take quite a bit of time to get to 25, because tradesmen in New Zealand generally are all sitting around about the $20 an hour mark.
It's not too dissimilar to what I'm on back home. It'd be £9 an hour-ish.
Yes.
Obviously I'm expected to do more out of hours overtime in the UK. But obviously I get paid a bit more for doing the overtime.
Yeah.
So without the possibility of overtime, he wouldn't be able to earn as much as he does in the UK. And that's even if he worked the long hours he's trying to escape from. Still, Dean isn't giving up hope.
Seamus, if we do decide to move to New Zealand, will there be a job for me here?
Let me think about that. yeah, there's a job here for you for sure.
Lovely.
Yeah, no problem at all.
It's a small consolation, but can Dean really afford to make the move? Even if he works the same hours as in the UK, he'll still earn less money because there are no overtime rates. So, how will he vote on work?
I haven't experienced what my job's going to be like in New Zealand today. I'm voting for... New Zealand. Maybe we will be stretched a bit more financially, but we're not worried about that because we want the family lifestyle.
That's a real surprise. Has Dean really thought this through, or is he just so desperate to escape his work-life balance in the UK? Sarah's waiting to hear the news.
If the wages are the same and the house is a bit more expensive, we might just have to look at how we divide our money up and that, mightn't we, if we decide to come. Yeah. Or if I'm working as well, it shouldn't be a problem, should it? That's good. It's really good.
If they both have to work as much as they do in the UK, is there any point in uprooting the family? The lifestyle they want could be well out of their reach. Despite some mixed news, both Dean and Sarah are staying positive about the future they could have in New Zealand. But is their dream blinding them as to what it may cost? In the UK, Sarah and Dean own a 3-bedroom semi in Chester, which is on the market for £130,000. Everything hinges on what they can get for their home if the move is to have any chance of happening. We sent round 2 estate agents to give their opinion.
Okay, first impression. It's quite a small looking room, but I feel the decoration maybe makes it look smaller. I'd probably suggest lightening the colour of the paintwork to make the room feel a bit bigger. Okay, it's a good sized double bedroom. It's a nice room.
Not too dark then.
Well, it's quite a nice bright room. Nice floor.
Oh, it's bright now, not dark.
And then we come to the garden, which is nice and private. Yep, that's fine.
There is an oversupply of property within the area with a lack of available mortgages for buyers. However, there are properties sold at the right price. Current market, I've put this house on the market for $114,950. The rental market, which is currently very popular, I'd suggest £575 per calendar month.
For a quick sale, I'd like to see it under 100, and I should think it'd fly out at that. Yeah. For lettings, you're looking about 550, 600 a month.
Those are low estimates. Even the best price of £115,000 is a lot less than they'd hoped for.
I certainly wouldn't sell it for 100 grand because I think it's worth a lot more than 100 grand, definitely. I definitely think it's worth more than that.
What about the day-to-day living costs? Are there more surprises waiting for them when they compare New Zealand with the UK? In the UK, their combined monthly income totals £2,878, but in New Zealand, they can only expect to bring in £1,700.
That is a big drop, really, isn't it?
Yeah. So the income's a lot lower, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's not promising. What about their outgoings?
In the UK, our mortgage is $492, and our rent in New Zealand would be $908. So that's quite a massive amount, really, isn't it, to be honest?
Yeah.
So, how do the numbers add up?
Right, are you ready? Our spending in New Zealand will come to $2,228. If you take it away from our wage, and well, it doesn't cover the wages.
What's our wages?
1,700. Dean's near enough on 40 grand at home, 21 to 21 here. That's a big difference, isn't it? For a wage. If you can't afford to live, you can't come, can you?
No.
If you can't afford to live here.
So not on them wages.
Not on them wage. Not on that wage. Definitely not.
We just can't do that, can we?
No.
The cost of living seems to be far worse than the Pheonixes ever imagined. Where does this leave their future?
UK.
The harsh reality of living costs in Auckland has come as a big blow to Dean and Sarah. But if the price of the move could be going into serious debt, it's a huge risk to take. With so much at stake, it's vital the Pheonixes find out if New Zealand really can offer the family lifestyle they want. For them, moving to the other side of the world is all about being able to spend more time together. So they've decided to get out and enjoy some of the simple pleasures of New Zealand life, whilst giving them valuable thinking time.
We've never flown kites before the kids. It's all new.
This is exactly the kind of thing Dean has missed out on all these years.
Oh, that's good! Yay! They are. Oh no! Oh, great.
This is just for the kids, this. I'm not enjoying this at all.
Of course you are, Dean. It's turning out to be a lovely day until the weather turns a bit British.
Quick, we're going to get the car.
That's the end of the kite flying now, with a kite down.
But yeah.
I'm with a child down now, by the look of it. Rhiannon?
Rain stops play, I guess.
Sunny bit coming over there. That should be here in a minute.
Sarah's forecasting is spot on, and they're soon on the beach. Dean and Sarah are loving spending time together as a family. Seeing Rhiannon and Cody so happy today has brought home why they want to make this move.
Do you think the kids like it?
Yeah, I think they really like it, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think there's loads for them to do, isn't there?
Yeah, loads of activities for them.
Yeah. To be able to come here, just if it was just down the road from you. I mean, look at him, Cody in his coat, paddling in the sea.
Kids are a lot more outgoing, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So it's nice just to be able to let them have a bit of freedom.
After a taste of what life in New Zealand can offer, how will they vote on lifestyle?
Based on the lifestyle we've seen in New Zealand, we're voting for... New Zealand!
For Dean, this is everything he's ever wanted.
I could quite happily move here tomorrow, I think. You know, being out here today and seeing the kids where they are, you know, they're growing up so fast, and I don't want to miss any more of it.
That's why we're doing it. So they're the main issue. They seem to have absolutely loved it. So that, yeah, it does make a big difference. Big difference.
But there are some dark clouds on the horizon.
The only drawback or concern I've got is obviously financially, but, you know, we think we can work around it.
We are quite comfortable at home, and you know, we have built up a nice friendship group and that have got kids the same age and things. So I think to leave all that to be worse off, I don't know whether it would be worth it.
Rhiannon, coach, come on.
Sampling the Kiwi lifestyle is a welcome reminder of just why Sarah and Dean are considering such a big move. But there's one more cost they need to weigh up: the pain of leaving behind the people they love. We've prepared some messages from their family and friends back home. Sarah and Dean have decided to watch it with the children so they can assess how they feel about the move.
Hi Sarah and Dean, hope you're having a lovely time.
Hi everyone.
Hiya.
Sarah's a lovely, lovely mum, a very good mum. And nothing comes before a children and a family.
Sarah, to me, here, you know, is just everything. We're together all day, every day.
I think they're thinking of moving to New Zealand because they want a better life for themselves and for the family. I think they realise that the kids are going to have a better, you know, a better chance at life over there, basically.
I'm not so much worried for Dean on this side of things, but for Sarah, definitely leaving us is going to be the biggest drawback for Sarah.
You know, to see her, because I see her every day because the children go to school together. It's going to be a lot more difficult with her not being up the road for me, so.
But the thought of it at the moment is just heartbreaking for me, just really is, yeah.
I'd just like to say, if you do go, we would miss you. I'd miss the children running round. Christmas would be really strange without you here on Christmas night or Boxing night.
I hope it's given you enough information to make your choice, and I hope for you it's the right one. Although it's a big choice, I think it'll be, you know, whatever you decide will be the right one. I know it'll be totally different over there, but I hope you've really enjoyed it.
I'll be so glad to have you back home. You know, even a week's too long for me, but don't let that affect your, you know, your decision making. You do what you think's best for you, and I'll stand by you all the way. You know that.
I've known you for like 14 years now, and it's been the best friendship I've had. I've loved you being my friend. We've had some laughs. We've had some great times, and just thinking about it upsets me. So I'm going to let you go, and I'll see you when you get back, and take care then.
I knew it was going to be bad. It's not as bad. I see my mum and dad, I think, and Stu.
Yeah, it's not a surprise that you were upset, is it, to me, really?
No. See how upset Catherine got as well, because we've been friends for a lot of years, haven't we? So they are everything to me, like.
That was a very painful reminder of how much they stand to lose. Will it prove too much to handle and end their dream of moving to New Zealand? After a tough week, there's a lot to think about. For Sarah, it's always been about her family.
I'm so close to them, so it is a really big deal. I wouldn't take it lightly at all. It's huge.
Dean has loved New Zealand, but will his dream be out of reach?
I'm probably a bit more not back after the week with the just the financial side of it for me. We couldn't afford to live at the moment. The cost of living is similar to the UK, but the salaries are nowhere near.
You wouldn't get a lot of blokes of his age that would, you know, stick to a job, make sure that your family is all really financially well off and okay and can live okay. And he does for us, and he always has done. So I felt really gutted for him, to be honest. I did really feel gutted for him.
The lifestyle's been better than what I expected, really. I mean, you hear about it, you don't really believe it till you hear. It's just, I'm probably a bit more worried now than what I was about finances, because obviously it's a real shock, seeing the figures on paper.
See, I think a move to New Zealand would be absolutely fantastic for the kids, absolutely brilliant, which is the whole point in doing it. You know, it's all for the kids.
It's everything for me, you know. That'd be, you know, they're my world, and that's it. So as long as they're happy, I'm happy. Seeing Rhiannon here after the week and the change in her from being quite reserved and shy to now she's out, she's off. You know, we're wondering where she is, but normally she's never far from Sarah. So I think that speaks wonders for the lifestyle here. She's gone back to a little girl again, which is brilliant.
It's been a big week for the Pheonixes. Realising just how important family life is to them convinced Dean and Sarah that New Zealand offers an ideal future. But there's no getting away from how much that future may cost. So will it be the life they want or the one they can afford?
Based on our week in New Zealand and all the highs and the lows, our final vote goes to... New Zealand! UK! Oh, you still want the UK, Jan?
Despite all the obstacles in their way, Dean and Sarah have refused to give up their dream of life down under.
We've got to go home to the UK and look at a lot of things, haven't we?
Yeah, now we've experienced it and we know we do want it.
Yeah.
We can really try for it, can't we?
Yeah, that's it.
Sell a couple of your kidneys, wouldn't we? Yeah.
Mine?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Mine, yeah.
The Pheonixes' trip to New Zealand has given them a taste of a life they dream of. However, with so much uncertainty, will it be worth the gamble?
But that's not quite the end of the Pheonix family's story.
A few days ago, we got a call with some exciting news. So I've come to Chester to find out some more of the details. Over a cuppa with Dean at work, Sarah spills the beans. So, Sarah, what has happened since we last saw you? Some very good news, I believe.
Lots of good news, and it's all been a bit mad as well. We come back and obviously decided that we were going to go. So that was it really. We just packed up and thought, right, we're going to get the house rented out, and that was it, we're going.
But it's not quite that cut and dried, is it? Because when we saw you, you both loved New Zealand, thought it was right for your family.
Yeah.
But there were a few niggles, weren't there? A few negatives with the cost of living and property.
That was a shock to us, actually. It really was a shock. But after coming back and discussing it and things, it was just the lifestyle for the kids is just amazing. We're going to struggle for a little while, but it's all going to be worth it. That's what we hope.
In all honesty, I don't think I expected you to go quite so quickly. You've been back, what, a month?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why the rush? What's gone on?
Basically, Dean got offered a job and they want him to start in October, so that was it. We said, right then, we're going in October.
How fantastic.
Just, sorted everything out. And it has been hard, but we've done it and we're going, so that's it, yeah.
How amazing. Now, I know you're really close to your family.
Yeah.
What did they say? How did they take it?
Well, what you don't know is that my mum and dad are coming with us now. My dad got offered a job and they never told us till we'd got back from our visit to New Zealand. So that was the amazing news and we were just so over the moon. So that's me with no worries now at all. Now my mum and dad are coming, I'm sorted. That's it.
So let me get this straight. Without you or Dean knowing, your parents have been searching for a job.
Yeah.
Found a job. Got accepted, got their visas.
Yeah.
And by the time you came back, that was waiting on your doorstep.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That
I
was
wish
it.
I had seen your face, because I think mine is a picture.
Well, I was crying and my mum was saying, I thought you'd be happy. And I said, I am, that's why I'm crying. It was just amazing.
You had no idea?
No, because what my mum and dad had said is they didn't want to build the kids' hopes up of saying that we might be able to come out there and then after it all saying, well, we can't come now.
My goodness, so it's not 4 of you plus dog moving to New Zealand, it's now 6 of you?
Yes, and we're all living together in a house there, right by the beach as well, the places.
Oh, bliss, how a plan comes together. I bet you can't believe your luck.
I think it's meant to be, especially with me mum and dad being able to come with us. That's just my dream.
Remind me never to play poker with your parents, because if they can keep that from their daughter for so long, that is impressive.
Brilliant, it is.
Well, we wish you all the very best.
Thank you very much.
How brilliant. And thank you for letting us share the exciting news. We nearly missed you.
Yeah, that's okay.
We only got the call a few days ago, but brilliant. I'm so delighted.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Thanks to Dean's job offer, they've managed to get their visa in a month and will soon be heading down under. And with Sarah's parents coming too, their problems of money and missing family could be solved.
Dreams of a high-tech bachelor pad in Britain's empty homes on BBC One at 11:45. Homes Under the Hammer is next.